All right, shalom. This is Canuck Sahan Bayan Charlotte from the GMS Lions Den Camp. First and foremost, I'd like to say Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash Mama. Give double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the argument that are pushing the truth and sincerity of truth. All right, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I just want to do this quick lesson on the topic of having truth. Because I was talking to a guy today at work, and he was talking about, hey, I'm a God-fearing man. All that other stuff don't matter. All that color and the name, that don't matter. As long as you feel God, that's the only thing that matters. I'm like, well, so the truth doesn't matter? I mean, the fact that they changed his name and his image, that doesn't matter? That's a deception. That's a lie. So how can you love the Most High or love God without loving the truth? There's no possible way to come to Yahweh without coming into the truth, without knowing what's going on. You cannot love something that you don't know what it is. He has to reveal to you who he is in order for you to be able to, to show any type of love towards the Most High. You have to understand who he is through the spirit of his son, which is the Holy Spirit, the spirit of truth. All right, so I just want to get a couple scriptures real quick, just talking about it. How it doesn't matter. Truth over trumps everything. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter about no hieroglyphics being 1,000,000 years old in Egypt and all that other stuff. Like everybody's trying to come up against the Bible, but the Bible is the only thing that's on this earth that is true. That's it. The word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is the only thing that's true. Really the only existing thing on this earth, because everything else is vain. All right, this is John chapter 4, verse 23. It says, but the hour cometh, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. And that's the thing. He's seeking for people to worship him in the truth. If Yahweh Shai showed up right now and said, hey, I am your Savior, half a Jake, I say, nigga, get out my face. Where's the white guy at? They're not going to know Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai because they won't accept the truth. Or the truth won't accept them. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me see, what is it? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. It says, start at 8. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. The spirit of his mouth is us going out there on the highways and byways speaking the truth against this devil's lies. All right? And it says, even whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So if you believe that the Messiah was a white man, that's a lying wonder. All right. If you believe his name was Christ or Jesus, Hail Zeus, that's a lying wonder. If you don't, you have to believe in the truth. The Father's name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. All right. It says, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:11. It says, and for this cause, Yahweh has sent them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And that's the thing. The Most High don't want you. You're not worthy to be part of his first fruits. He didn't choose you to be so. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And what is it? Those are the same ones back in the book of Isaiah that says, speak not to us right things, but prophesy to us smooth things, prophesy deceit. This is Isaiah 30:10. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the hearers, to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. All right, and so they don't want to hear the truth. They took a pleasure in lies and unrighteousness. They can't believe the truth because they weren't chosen to believe the truth. All right, let me get Psalms chapter 34, verse 13. It says, "Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile." And that guile is speaking lies. All right, speaking evil is speaking of a lie. That's evil. That's wickedness. All right, because what does the scripture say? The wicked are estranged from birth. Let me see if I can find that. They come. Let me see. 55. Slacking, bear with me for a second. That's 58. I know it's one of them. All right, this is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as be born, speaking lies." And that's just it. That's what the so-called white man does. Speak lies, speak lies. You know what I'm saying? And then when we try to tell that to our people, they're like, man, you always want to try to blame everything on the so-called white man because that's what he's set up for. He's set up to be the fall guy. That's it. You know, he's just set up to be the wicked. You know, thus saith the Lord. These are not our words that we're speaking. You know? So, I mean, the only way to get to the, you know what I'm saying, to the Father is through the way of truth, which is Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Get John chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." You know? So if Yahweh shall say something out of his mouth, you can put a stamp on it because he doesn't lie. All right. It says, "And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know." Thomas said unto him, "Behold, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way?" And Yahushua said unto him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me." And that's just the point right there, you know. The Lord said he is the way of truth, you know. And you cannot make it to the kingdom, you cannot make it to Yahweh without truth. All right. This is John 1 and 11. It says, "He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become sons of Yahweh, even to them that believe on his name." All right. All right. "Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor the will of man, but of Yahweh." And those are the chosen ones to be the first fruit with Yahweh Shai. All right. "And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and he beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten Son of the Father, full of grace and truth." All right. And we're supposed to be, you know, striving to be like Yahweh Shai, man. You know, following in the ways of truth. So that's how we get out of our bondage is through the way of truth, man. All right. All right. It says, this is John chapter 8, verse 32. And it says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, shall make you free." That's just it. That's why the name matters. Because that's our freedom. That's why his image matters. That's why understanding the scriptures matters. That's why knowing the breakdowns matter. Because that's all a part of the way of truth. All right. It says, "They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. How saith thou, ye shall ye shall be made free? And that's just the thing. People don't even understand today. These same people are back on the earth. They don't understand they're in bondage right now. In bondage under the lies. Matter of fact, let me get 2 Corinthians chapter 10. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3, it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh, through the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh. And what's exalting itself against the knowledge of Yahweh? The devil. Which is the devil? What does the word devil mean? Deceiver. How do you deceive? By lying. So there's a flood of lies going out, being pushed through this earth by the so-called white man, which is the devil. All right. It says, all right, just John 8 and 34. It says, Yahweh shall answer them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever cometh and committeth sin is the servant of sin, and the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. So we got to believe on Yahweh Shai, man. And we have to believe on him in sincerity and in truth, man. All right, got a couple more scriptures to get. Ain't gonna make this too long. I got one. The last one is gonna be a pretty good one. All right, let me get 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. It says, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. So that's why they don't know the truth. We know the truth because he knows us. All right, and we were created to know the truth. It says, behold, now we are the shlaka. Now, but beloved, now are we the sorts of sons of God, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be, but we shall know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And we become the walking word from that point, just like how he was. We become, having all truth. I mean, we have it as a body right now, but each individual is going to have 100% truth from that time. And they ain't going to be able to go off. They're going to be straight, 100% righteous. It says, and every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. And ye know that he was manifest to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. All right, it says, whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, neither know him. All right, so you have to be manifested in the truth, man, because his word is true. And understanding the word, it'll keep you from sin, because you have these church folks that's saying that the laws are done away with, but that's not so. He never spoke of the laws being done away with. All right. Let me see. Let me get Psalms chapter 25, verse 5. It says, lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the power of my salvation. On thee do I wait all day. So that's just basically saying you got only the way of truth can get you salvation. That's how you can be sanctified, through the truth. That's it. Matter of fact, let me get John 17 and 17. It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. All right. So you have to be speaking the same words in the same language of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. in order to be sanctified and holy. All right. I'm gonna close it out with First Ezra. Let me get First Ezra chapter 3, verse 1. All right, this is gonna be an account to where, explaining that truth over trumps all. All right. It says, now when Darius reigned, he made a great feast unto all his subjects, and unto all his household, and unto all the princes of Media and Persia, and to all the governors and captains and lieutenants that were under him, from Lydia unto Ethiopia, and 127 provinces. And when they had eaten and drank, and being satisfied were gone home, then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and soon after awake. Then 3 young men that were of the guard that kept the king's body spake one to another, let every one of us speak a sentence. He that shall overcome, whose sentence shall seem wiser than the others, unto him shall the king Darius give great gifts and great things in token of glory, as to be clothed in purple, and drink in gold, and to sleep upon gold, and a chariot with bridles of gold, and an head tire of fine linen, and a chain about his neck. And we shall sit next to Darius because he of his wisdom, and shall be called Darius his cousin. And then everyone who wrote his sentence sealed it, and laid it under the king's pillow. 1 second. All right. It says, and said that when the king is risen, some will give him the writings, and of whose said the kings of the 3 princes of Persia shall judge that his sentence is the wisest to him, shall the glory be given as was appointed. All right, so let's get into the first one. First guard says the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the kings is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest, but above all things, truth beareth away the victory. All right, and that's the key point right there. Right? Okay, that's the key point. All right. Let me get to the other part. It says, all right. Let me get down to 13. First Ezra 3 and 17 says, and he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first who had spoken of the strength of wine. And he said, thus, O ye men, how exceedingly strong is wine! He causes all men to err that drink it, and maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one, of the bondman and of the freeman, of the poor man and of the rich. It turneth also every thought into jolly and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. And it maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and maketh to speak all things by talents. And that's true. That's physically, and that's spiritually too, because how does that's what wine makes you jolly even in a sorrowful situation. So the philosophy of man, of Esau, did the same thing, just like how it says in Habakkuk, because he transgresses by wine, and that's how he transgresses, by wine. All right, his philosophies. All right, and it says First Ezra 3 and 22. It says, and when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw out swords. But when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done. O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had so spoken, he held his peace. All right. let's go to chapter 4. It says, First Ezra chapter 4 and 1, it says, Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not the men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty, for he is the Lord of all things, and have dominion over them, and whatsoever he commandeth them they do. If he bid them to make war that one against another, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains and walls and towers. They slay and are slain, and transgressive not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they bring all of it to the king, as well as the spoils and all the thing else. Likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with the war, but use husbandry when they have reaped again that they which they have sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. And yet he is but one man, and he commanded to kill, they kill. He commanded to spare, they spare. If he command to smite, they smite. If he command to make desolate, they make desolate. If he command to build, they build. If he command to cut down, they cut down. If he commanded to plant, they plant. So all this, his people and his army obey him. Furthermore, he lieth down and he eateth and drinketh and taketh his rest. And these keep watch round about him. Neither may anyone depart and do his own business, neither disobey they him in anything. O ye men, see, so he's talking about he's talking about how, you know what I'm saying, excellency of a king. And that's all these are the mindsets of Esau, with the wine and the king, and you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But our true king was King David, but you know what I'm saying, Yahushua, All right, let me skip down a little bit. So basically the second one was talking about the king is the wisest. All right. Okay, let me get to the third one. Okay. All right, this is First Ezra chapter 4, verse 14. It says, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it the wine that excellent. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the worst lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by the sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards. From hence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot man be. Yea, if men have gathered together gold and silver and any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape, even with open mouths fix their eyes? With open mouth fix their eyes fast on her, and have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? So he's basically going into the strength of the woman, but then he's gonna, on the contrary, he's gonna say, hey, but what over trumps all that? Because a lot of these people have feminine spirits, man. They won't be able to accept the truth because they're not masculine enough. It says, and a man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country that cleaveth unto his wife, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father or mother, all right, or nor country. By this also ye have known that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give it and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword and bringeth his way to rob and steal and sail upon the seas, upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it all to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have ran out of their wits for women. And and that's true. Like, even Solomon started doing witchcraft because of a woman. But our true woman should be Sophia, which is wisdom. All right. It says, all right, let me skip down to 34 and I'm going to close it out. It says, this is First Ezra chapter 4, verse 34. It says, O ye men, are not, O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course, for he compasseth the heavens round about. All right. And fetches his course again to his own place in one day. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. And that's just it, man. That's our way out of here, is through the truth, man. All right. It says, all the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heavens bless it all day. Works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. All right, and their unrighteous also they shall perish. For as for the truth, it endureth, and is always strong, and liveth and conquereth forevermore. And that's just the point, man. So without the sanctification of the truth and the way of truth, you're not going to make it. So the image does matter. All right. His name does matter. All right. The identity of the children of Israel, it does matter. All right. Because it's all for truth's sake. And his way is truth. And with that being said, I want to say Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Howard Kakodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim that are pushing this truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.